Well set. Okay, thank you all. We're going to call the meeting to order. Roll call, please.
City of Niagara Falls.
Here.
Town of Lewiston.
Here.
Town of Niagara. Here. Niagara Falls School District.
Here.
Niagara Wheatfield.
Here.
Lewiston Porter.
Here.
Niagara County. Here. New York Power Authority.
Here.
We get the quorum.
Thank you so much, Phil. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you very much. So, introductions. These folks here, right?
Yes.
Okay. So, we have some people with us here today, so let's start. Please tell us who you are.
Hi everyone, I'm Shayna DeCamillo. I'm here on behalf of the Village of Youngstown as the grant writer and also working with Christine to my right on the Greenway presentation.
Hello, Christine Rath. I'm here to present the Niagara Recreation Trail in the portion of Youngstown. I am a volunteer grant writer for the Village of Youngstown, working with Shayna.
Thank you.
Dave Canty, I'm the president of the Youngstown Water Botanical Garden Organization. I'm here to present our project to you today.
Yeah, I'll know this lady, but go ahead.
Lisa Patello, Niagara River Greenway.
Okay, thank you all so much. Part of your packet for today included minutes from the previous meeting on May 21st. Trust you've had a chance to review the minutes. Any additions or corrections? If there aren't any, if I could have a motion to approve the minutes, please. So moved.
Second.
Second, Sylvia. All in favor?
Yes.
Anyone opposed?
Abstain.
Thank you. Okay, let's move to the projects that we have for this morning. And the first one is the Lower Niagara Recreation Trail. In the packet is information for your review. We also have the pleasure of having some folks here to be able to give us a little more information and answer questions if you should have some questions as you consider the proposal. So go ahead.
Do you want me to join the table? Or?
Sure, whatever's most convenient for you.
Hello. There is just a 4-page quick overview presentation. And I want to thank Mr. Burgasser for all his guidance through this process. Once again, I'm Christine Rath. I am a resident of the Village of Youngstown. I'm a retired engineer. Can't help myself when it comes to details and stuff. So, and I volunteer with the Village of Youngstown as a grant writer. Plus, I do some fundraising to help with the recreation. What I'm going to present today is the Lower Niagara Recreation Trail, specifically the portion that's in the Village of Youngstown. What you'll see in the actual detailed package that is attached is the contents of the project is focused on some of the fundamental elements of the Niagara River Greenway mission, vision, plan. Includes a bike trail where we're connecting communities not only to the waterfront, but recreation areas, activities, and green spaces. And you'll also see that the proposal includes really integrating it into nature, cultural aspects, and economic growth. So if you turn to page 2, the trail consists of a path that would run from Youngstown Estates, which is the southernmost border of the Village of Youngstown, and it would run up to Veterans Park, all the way up to and through the Village of Youngstown to Fort Niagara, which is a state park. the ultimate vision of the Niagara Recreation Trail, Lower Niagara Recreation Trail, is to connect up to Joe Davis. Or I should say down to Joe Davis. I always do the opposite. So connecting the two state parks, which we know Joe Davis has had a lot of upgrades this year, which is fantastic. We're excited. We want our community to be able to easily access Joe Davis in a safe manner. But we're starting with the initial phase from Youngstown Estates to Fort Niagara. We know that River Road can be very busy for bicyclists, so giving an alternative route up through the corridor that used to be the railway, and working through the village town, up to Faulkner Park, to Fort Niagara, and then also including content in Veterans Park, where there'll be more activities, a bike loop in there, and fun activities for kids to do. So the proposal to this host committee is requesting $241,000 as a rounded up number. Village of Youngstown will contribute the $108,000, and Friends of Youngstown, which actually I'm the founder of, is a nonprofit group that does fundraising on behalf of recreation and activities in the Village of Youngstown. We're contributing $9,500. And as you can see, if you go to page 3, you know, the trail content, the main portion is the guided bike trail, which obviously we would have all the signage along, not only along the path that would be implemented, but along the roadways, in providing an alternate path into the fort, which is, you know, safer for folks instead of going straight down Main Street with their bikes. We'll leverage the historical elements of the village, and have signs that describe, you know, the various content that that the individuals will be passing by. We've also included a new bathroom facility in Faulkner Park, since that one, I believe, has got to be from the 50s, just looking at the signage of it and the actual status of it. So it really needs to be upgraded. Of course, bike paths, water fountains, you know, all the basic content that you would see that goes along with the bike trail. And, you know, as I mentioned, it connects Youngstown Estates to Fort Niagara along the Niagara River corridor. Beautiful, beautiful area, and it would provide us safe access to our parks, along with providing access to the waterfront, which is a very hidden gem in the Village of Youngstown. Allows us to transform what used to be the old Niagara Railway into a usable space. Today, folks do ride their bike or walk in that corridor, but it is not something that is really put down as a path. People are, you know, going back there and, you know, risking themselves today to access that area. So,
Ms. Rath, the entire project, Project Part 1 and Project Part 2, I read in here is 2.6 miles.
yes,
How much is this portion?
this is just over a mile of it. So, you know, one of the things that has been great about planning this project out, not only in this first phase, but including the town of Porter in the second phase, and Lewiston, town of Lewiston, has really brought the communities together to focus and work on a project that could span the various communities and really bring them together and work together on this. The last page really shows the breakdown of the quotes that we've received, from the trail installation, the bike loop installation that I mentioned in Veterans Park, landscaping, and a lot of the content that you would see: water stations, bike racks, signage, the bathroom, and shade trees, the ball fence renovation, really has come up to the number of, you know, 359,000, of which we're requesting the 241. we've presented to the Niagara Greenway Commission, and they've all voted indicating that this is consistent with their overall plan. And then we've presented to the Niagara County Legislature, and they've agreed on the funding from the Niagara County ad hoc committee. Sponsoring, sorry. And of course, we're here today to present for consistency and approval of the funding. So are there any comments and questions in regards to this project?
Did you say there was an access to the river?
Pardon?
Is there an access to the river from this trail?
Yes, you would be able to go, as we're going through downtown, the village, Youngstown, you would be able to walk down to the actual waterfront, because it is a
Where the yacht
trail
club
down.
is?
Where the yacht club is, correct. And we provide bike racks, and we're going to provide signage on what businesses are there, how to access the waterfront.
Porter also, in the last decade, bought the old Hooker property, which had 600 feet of frontage to the lake. So they thought of connecting this trail with that?
It's not part of this plan overall
Right.
right now, but long-term vision, absolutely, as we look to connect potentially out to Wilson. So I know there's a separate group that is working on that aspect of connecting Wilson to Fort Niagara.
This is a paved trail.
It is a stone trail, so a compressed stone.
Isn't the trail that runs, that ends at the Joe Davis, isn't that paved?
It is paved today. We just thought that, hey, let's initially get a stone path in there instead of going all the way to the cost of paving.
Lou, you had a question?
Yeah, I don't mean to question an engineer. I see you have a 12-foot wide linear feet of trail, which makes sense for biking. But a loop where you're turning is only 8 feet. Why would you reduce a turn from? I would think that's where you need to be wider.
We did it as and as we're looking at the overall plan, we did the 8-foot wide just to be maybe more consistent within the park, because there's other areas that are 8-foot, but it's something that we can definitely look at. And because we're also planning, as part of the loop, is having little activity areas for young kids on bikes to go up and over hills and such.
Just stop for use.
Yeah.
Ease of use.
Is a stone trail really practical for bikes?
That actually, our mayor, Mayor Reisman, is the one that suggested the stone, because a lot of the paths in more of the Ellicottville and those areas are this compressed stone. So
Christine, it's not a loose gravel stone, it's just.
no,
How-
yeah. It's not a loose gravel stone like you would see in a driveway.
Just, everything else is paved up to it.
Yes. There's always the option to pave, but it did increase the cost quite significantly. This doesn't allow having the compressed stone or the compacted stone doesn't prohibit us from paving it in the future.
Right.
And if it is, successful and people really do use it more than
It's
before,
fine, I don't mean to
yeah.
belabor.
No, that's
I
okay.
just-
Anyone else? Okay, great. Thank you so much. Thank you. Okay, the next project. I'd like to, then we have North Tonawanda Botanical Garden Project. So,
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for the opportunity to present here today. I'm going to speak to you about a project that's very close to my heart we have an 11-acre site in North Tonawanda that needs attention. And I'm looking for a key here to unlock all that potential. As you know, over the years, budgets have been cut, and parks departments are typically low-hanging fruit. We have certainly lost all our employees at our botanical garden in North Tonawanda. So back in 2018, I met a few people that had some interesting ideas, and I asked them if they wanted to form a nonprofit, and they said yes, and we hit the ground running. We had some very good help from Mr. Bratt and the legislation, and we got our group incorporated. And we began working in 2018, and if you look at page 2, you'll see some of the projects that we're working on. Right now, we're rehabilitating a lot of things. These gardens back when they started in the 50s were annual flowers, and it required a lot of personnel to maintain them. We're going a completely different direction here. We're restoring natural habitat. We want to make sure that we have a place for pollinators and wildlife to all be comfortable and be at home. So as we look at this, you can see there are probably about 8 renovations that we're currently doing. One of the biggest ones was in the upper left corner. It's a shoreline restoration that we did in conjunction with Buffalo Niagara Waterkeeper. That's an acre. That project is progressing quite well. We also have the Chautauqua Water Institute was hired by the DEC to do some submerged aquatic vegetation off of that shoreline restoration. And then as we get into the south end of the park, which is on the right end of your sheet, down at the bottom, we have wetland 1. So if you look at page number 3, you're going to see a picture of that. And that started as a pond. That was actually one of the first meetings I went to. And the plan was to fill it in with topsoil and plant grass. And I said, well, instead of water, you're going to have a big pile of mud. So people asked me what we should do with it. And I said, why don't we put some water-loving plants in there, and let's start to revitalize this park and make it a natural site. And everyone got on board with that. So now, as you can see, after 8 years, we have quite a few species in there. This photo was taken back in July when everything was pretty well in full bloom. And if you could picture this 8 years ago, this was a nightmare for the Parks Department because it was just a foot of standing water until May when they could get in there and cut it. Just a real pain, real problem. As we go on to the next page, one of the other projects I told you about, the Living Shoreline Project, this is now culminating in, this photo was taken in July also when all the black-eyed Susans were in bloom. So we took another, just a massive grass area that the only thing you attract with that is geese, and there's no ecological value to it. So now that's turned into a living shoreline that has submerged aquatic vegetation and also a lot of perennial shrubs and trees that are growing. So these are 2 keystone projects that we've been working on. Another thing that we've done also is we've enlisted an engineering firm, Troutman and Associates, that's been great with us. And we had a contest to design an education center on site to replace the 1950s garage and greenhouses. And this is what they came up with for us. So this is something that we applied for this year. We did not get that grant, but we are in the hopper for this project. So we're going to continue to apply for this on a regular basis because we'd like to have some place where we can bring everyone in from Niagara County and Erie County to educate them on green infrastructure, pollinators, all of the ecological problems that we're suffering from right now. We go to the next page. We're going to see what this site looks like right now from an aerial view. And probably our biggest concern is if you look at the bottom of the page, you have Sweeney Street. And at the top of the page, you have Tonawanda Creek, the Erie Canal. And I'll tell you that the elevation of Sweeney Street is higher than the canal. And I think you can picture every rain event all of the stormwater in this parking lot just runs right down the boat ramp. And that means all the nitrogen, all the phosphorus, all the hydrocarbons, all the cigarette butts, all the plastic, all the garbage goes right in the canal. We need to stop that. Yes.
You're now talking about the phase one that we're looking to fund. I just thought that you should know that we've reached that particular stage.
Yes.
This is the phase one that you're seeking funding.
Yes.
Okay.
And if you look on the following page, number 7, you will see phase one delineated. Now, what we've enlisted Troutman to do is design all 3 of these loops, the blue, the red, and the yellow. The entire outline of this. It's going to involve green infrastructure. It's going to stop all that runoff from going right into the canal and polluting the canal. And if you look at the red rectangle right up by Sweeney Street, in our budget, that is the funding we've already secured to put that first bioretention in from the New York State DEC. Now, as we go to the next page, number 8, we had a little glitch here that I was able to work out. And this is one of the engineering drawings from the end of the bike path, which is going to terminate at the Botanical Gardens. And that's in progress right now as we speak. And we'll see a photograph of that shortly.
Dave, that's also crushed stone right now. Is that going to be being paid?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
All the base is being laid down currently.
I don't mean to interrupt you, but they have your whole proposal in front of them, but what Troutman is doing is also the phase 2.
And 3. Phase 1, 2, and 3.
And you're only seeking the funding for phase 1.
Correct.
Which then helps to respond to the Greenway Commission's question about making sure you keep some of the stuff in place. And you submitted a letter saying you would do that, right? That'll be a part of phase 2.
That will be part of phase 2.
Which is not part of this. But anyways, again, they have everything in front of them.
Okay. So the one change we've made is, as you can see in the engineering drawing, they moved the bike path back so it's safer for cars to get off of Sweeney Street without stopping on the bike path. And we simply split that bioretention. Very simple change we can make with the engineering firm. And what are we planning on doing? So page 10 shows you a typical bioretention area. This is a project I worked on about 15 years ago. That's kind of a brick and mortar style. It has curving around it. It's one method that can be used for green infrastructure. Page 11 shows you what this entrance currently looks like. And we know now that our bike path is going through there. And if you look at the next page, number 12, all the substrate is being put down for the bike path as we speak. And our goal here is to make certain that when people get to that, they have a nice invitation to come into our park and visit all our restorations. So the last page, number 13, is a conceptual rendering that we put together for this project. Can I answer any questions?
Any questions? Thank you for the presentation. We appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Okay, so I thank you all so much for joining us. And, obviously, ultimately, excuse me, once we get the vote, we'll be communicating as well.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. By the way, I should also note that in your packet, it indicates that the project for North Tonawanda was consistent with the requirements of the commission, as well as a resolution from the county recommending their sponsorship. Thank you again.
Thank you.
Okay, so let's first take a look at the Lower Niagara Recreation Trail. Any other questions or discussion? If there isn't any, then a motion To approve or disapprove?
I'll move to approve the Lower Niagara project.
Thank you. Second?
Second?
Call the roll, please.
City of Niagara Falls,
Yes.
Town of Lewiston,
Yes.
Town of Niagara,
Yes.
Niagara Falls School District, Niagara Wheatfield,
Yes.
Lewiston Porter,
Yes.
Niagara County,
Yes.
New York Power.
Yes.
Okay, thank you so much. Second item is the North Tonawanda Botanical Garden entrance and boat launch access. Again, any additional discussion that you want to have? Okay, then, if we could have a motion one way or the other.
Motion to approve. I'll second.
Thank you, thank you. Call the roll, please.
City of Niagara Falls,
Yes.
Town of Lewiston,
Yes.
Town of Niagara,
Yes.
Niagara Falls School District,
Yes.
Niagara Wheatfield,
Yes.
Lewiston Porter,
Yes.
Niagara County,
Yes.
New York Power Authority.
Yes.
Okay, thank you so much, and we'll make sure we get the information out to the representatives and the results of the vote, so thank you so much. Are there any other matters for us to discuss in this meeting? Okay, on the agenda, you see our next meeting is scheduled for Wednesday, November 19th. Here again. Here again. And it's in. Okay. If there is no other business for the host community standing committee, a motion to adjourn. Thank you. Second, thank you so much. Is anybody opposed? Okay, thanks so much. Thanks for doing it.
Goodbye, Louis. It's nice to go.
We celebrated 40 years this year.
He takes credit.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, long time ago.
Any questions on the preference power stuff, please feel free to reach out. Your customer rep.
Will do. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Lou.
Appreciate it.
It was an attorney in Buffalo one day, here, and I said, he said, oh, is that where you sit there? You know, yeah, the powerful tree. I have 6 kids. I said, well, then I was successful
Yeah. Just goes on.
or unsuccessful.
Shall we go into?
Okay, if we can call the meeting to order for the Niagara Power Coalition. Call the roll, please.
City of Niagara Falls, Town of Lewiston, Town of Niagara, here, Niagara Falls School District,
Here?
Niagara Wheatfield,
Here.
Lewiston Porter,
Here.
Niagara County.
Here.
Thank you. I'm going to turn it over to Scott to give us the budget presentation and recommendations.
Thank you. In your packet, of course, you have your proposed 2026 budget. You'll see that there is an increase in the budget of about $15,000. If you look under the 2026 budget column, there's a few small increases. For example, the accounting fees we lumped in McCormick that are just the prices we're getting from our vendors. An increase in, we've added that into our budget. The most significant increase is in legal fees. As you may recall, we brought Mark Gabriel on board, and we are essentially in a trial period in terms of what we are paying for those fees, $2,000 a month. And we're going to revisit that at some point during this year. So what we did in the budget was just include the continuation of the $2,000 a month and project that over the next year. Frankly, at this point, given the time Mark has spent on the negotiations with NIPA, that was the deal of the century for this year. But we're going to keep that number for the budget because we just don't know where we're going to go in March in terms of Mark's numbers. But that represents the increase in the budget. And again, we've taxed Mark quite heavily in the last last year. Had we been on an hourly basis as we were previous council, I shudder to think of what that number would be. So that is why the budget is a little bit higher this year. With that, if there's any questions, happy to talk about it. And otherwise, we'll look for a motion to approve that budget.
Let me just say that I think one of the things that we wanted to do too initially was to have Mark provide invoices, is that time records? And he's done that. I think that, and I certainly can make those available if members of the committee would like to see it. You'll find that he has, I think Scott's right, had this been billed at an hourly rate, it would have been significant. And I think it's, yes,
I believe that might more be a subject for an executive session, which is,
no question.
which could be underneath the contract negotiation that's already been.
Yep.
Executive session.
Yep, that's my intention.
Thank you.
But I can
Sorry, I
certainly,
jumped the gun.
yep, but I certainly can say to you that this is more than just the work that was done with regard to the power authority licensing piece. So, as you look at the budget, are there any other questions with regard to it?
Motion to approve the budget.
Thank you. Second.
Second.
Thank you. Call the roll, please.
City of Niagara Falls.
Yes.
Town of Lewiston.
Yes.
Town of Niagara.
Yes.
Niagara Falls School District.
Yes.
Niagara Wheatfield.
Yes.
Lewiston Porter.
Yes.
Niagara County.
Yes.
Very much. Annual report tonight.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. As you know, it's required under the Coast Community Relicensing Settlement Agreement that an annual report be prepared, posted by this committee and be approved. Attached in your package is a copy of that annual report for your review. I believe you've had it forwarded to you previously. If there are any questions regarding this report, you think there's any changes or anything we've missed, please let me know and we'll make those revisions. And if not, ask that you request a motion to approve the annual report.
I'll move to approve.
Second.
Thank you. Any other comments or questions? Thank you. Call the roll.
City of Niagara Falls.
Yes.
Town of Lewiston.
Yes.
Town of Niagara.
Yes.
Niagara Falls School District.
Yes.
Niagara Wheatfield.
Yes.
Lewiston Porter.
Yes.
Niagara County.
Yes.
Okay, as you can see from the agenda, I now would like a motion, please, to go into executive session for the purposes of discussing contract negotiations. During the executive session, no action will be taken. We'll certainly have a discussion about contract negotiations. A motion, please.
So moved.
Second.
Call the roll, please.
City of Niagara Falls.
Yes.
Town of Lewiston.
Yes.
Town of Niagara.
Yes.
Niagara Falls School District.
Yes.
Niagara Wheatfield.
Yes.
Lewiston Porter.
Yes.
Niagara County.
Yes.
Yep.
We come out and people are going around. Sorry, I got a little lengthy at the end there, guys, but
I remember
the
sitting
green
in those
attributes
meetings.
are more harder to understand than the agreement.
Okay, so we are back in public session, having come out of executive session, talking about, again, contract negotiations. I think that the next meeting date, according to the agenda, will be determined based upon some other agenda items. And if I could have a motion to adjourn, please.
So moved.
Thank you. Second.
Second.
Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Thank you so much for being here and being patient.
So,
Thank you, Jim.
I don't know, well, then I got wondering, did you tell him about the date being moved? Because I didn't, wasn't on the.
I think he was on the notice.
Was he? Oh,
I hope, I
then I have
don't
no
know, maybe
idea.
not.
He was on our meeting yesterday for Brownfield.
Was he? No
That's
worries,
okay.
you were here.
That's okay.
Appreciate it.
This was just, except for my ending, it was just a shorter presentation. But anyway, we said it once we get going.
Mark, is on vacation?
I know, but it is, that's his wife, brother. So we'll see.
Should I call Angelo?
I think it was important for him to hear.
My
that,
position is with the county.
because I'm part of this community,
Don't
so we got to go back to our board.
Yeah, right.
Makes sense.
Until we're ready.
Love to go to war, should
All
we?
you're gonna do.
You know, he's retired. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm hurt.
Disgusting.
No worries. For 17 years we had to deal with.
Yeah, it really. Good or bad?
Yeah.
Don't ask
Hopefully I
questions.
can say that.
I think so. Every so often I hear him talk. He said,
Okay,
"You
okay,
can't
see
make
ya."
that Paul. You're talking about Paul." He used to.